Hello everyone and welcome. So this is another video on the continuation on the foundations, and although I would like to make a couple more videos, I think I'm going to stop it here, and then I'm just going to kind of go with the topics I feel that are relevant to the foundations when I'm going to be doing the next videos. For now, this one here is going to be about knowing yourself. I'm just going to start off by saying that many of us are very confused on who or what we are. And it's not a surprise that we are very confused over this, because we've been hearing people, we've been hearing society, we've been hearing educators, all sorts of let's say organizations have come in and trying to tell us who we are, and then we also have ourselves that's confused because of all the stuff that's happened in our lives, and also we've been in a sense let off by this question, and people have been saying that it's not really important to kind of like get to know who we are in a sense, because the society already in a sense has it defined in a way. So I'm just going to say that, think about it. Basically, when we were young, people were telling us that, we're Canadian, we are, intelligent, we are, I don't know, maybe some people would say that they're athletic, so some other people would be that, oh, they're shy, and all sorts of things, right? And then we have society in a whole that says that, we are our jobs. Government tells us that we are, a certain nationality. And all these things, in a sense, are, for me, they're not really important, because it doesn't have to do with who we are deeply. It has more to do with the surface. And I'm just going to say right out that for me, knowing yourself is one of probably the most important things that somebody can do as far as discovering when it comes to the spiritual life. And I want to go back to most of the content I've been doing has been mostly around wounds and our traumas and stuff, and that also has a big impact on who we believe that we are, and because it has clouded our vision, and basically we have believed that we are, let's say, unworthy, or then we're not intelligent, or that we are this and we are that, right? And at the end, if we're able to get to the root of what we are, then all this other stuff that we've been told all our lives becomes irrelevant, because we've found something that's much more to the core. It is much more the true you that we are. And I'm just going to say that also there's a lot of things that we are, and it connects us all. We are all, in my opinion, a soul, spirit. That's all that we at the core are. And at the same time, the soul, in my opinion here, we all have different vibrations, right? We all have different interests, likes. We all have things that we dislike. Some people will be a big fan of, spicy food. And then other people will totally dislike that. And I think there is something to that. And it might be sometimes it is connected to our wounds, because let's say that we have had a traumatic experience with, let's say, spicy food in the past, and that in a sense scarred us, and now we become very aversive to that taste. But at the same time, there are certain things that, I'll give you an example for myself. I've always loved the heat, and that has continued throughout my life, that I've always preferred the heat over the cold. And that connects with a big part of me, which is that I am very fiery in a sense. I'm very passionate. And the same with us, if we examine the things that we've always loved in our lives, such as, let's say, you really love music, you really love art, you really love nature. These are hints, in a sense, that they're trying to show to us what we are, and if we can continue exploring these things, then we'll get a little bit clearer idea on who or what we are. And I say that who and what we are. I for me, these are basically the same thing, but some people prefer not having a sort of a specific identity. So people that won't like the who, they'll prefer what, right? But at the same time, for me, they're the same thing. So if we continue with this and we want to get to the core of who we are, it's going to take some time to contemplate, or a better word would be meditate on this. And if we can kind of like connect ourselves with what we really are, then we can start to get a bigger picture, right? We can kind of like put the pieces together because we've calmed ourselves and we're able to connect with the core things that are about us, and that takes some quiet, some calm thinking, right? We need to get really clear on this. And if we're in a state where we're angry or we're frustrated, and then we try to get to the core of what we are, then we're gonna have some information that's going to come that's not going to be very clear, and it's not going to be accurate in a sense, right? Because these are the things that we're filtering, we're contemplating while we're frustrated, and when we do that, we obviously don't get a very true picture of what we really are. And if we continue to explore these things, we start getting the feeling that we are not our thoughts, we are not our emotions, we're not our body. All these things are, in a sense, the surface, right? And underneath this is actually the core thing of what we actually are. But again, we need to get clear, we need to get calm in order to get to what is really truly our vibration, if you want to put it that way. And again, like, we have to make sure that we can kind of like put aside all the things that we've been said, what we've been told by society and even our parents, right? Because we have all this stuff that, all this family lineage stuff that, if somebody was a farmer or a carpenter, or the son was expected to be following the footsteps, right? Although that has very much fallen down the wayside in a sense with modern society. We still have some residue, let's say, of that. And like when we hear about the black sheep, and for me, the black sheep is one that no longer follows the traditions and no longer accepts what he is told, and he is more connected with what he really is. Although there's a lot of anger and frustration usually that comes with being the black sheep, because all that pressure that we've felt from our parents and society becomes very cumbersome, and we want to basically get rid of all that, right? And that, in a sense, it cuts through the family lineage and that's where like alienation comes in. And but that's a whole other topic that maybe I'll explore another time. But at the end, we need to get calm and start contemplating on what has been, in a sense, the core of you all throughout your life. And I'll give you an example of, let's say, somebody that believes that they're naturally shy or they're naturally angry, right? In my opinion, shyness and anger, that's not really what we are. These are filtered through their wounds, and that's why we become, small. We try to be small. That's when you're shy, right? You try to be small. But a better example of this would be, instead of being shy, you could say that I'm calm. That would be a closer example of what you really are at your core, because it's not everybody that's very passionate, right? It's not everybody is very energetic. Some people are very calm and collected, right? And that is the shyness is basically us being, having low self-esteem. And then if you're very, let's say, if you have very big anger problems, that is basically it's you, the fire that you have inside. That's the passion is basically being filtered through your wounds, and then we become angry or whatever, fiery in a sense, right? But at the end, like, these things are hints, right? They're like indications of what we really are at the end. And again, this shows the importance of being able to find some peace and become calm, and how when you're in these states, then you can get closer to what you really are, without the frustration, the low self-esteem that's impacting our expression of our vibration. If we're able to, get to that core, that real you, then we can start connecting more deeply with this, right? We can say, oh, it's not that I'm shy, or it's not that I'm angry, really. That's not the core of me. It is that I'm calm, or that I'm passionate. And that is actually closer to what you really are. And that only becomes apparent when we're able to calm and the all this chatter that we have in our minds, if we can start to calm it down and to quiet it, and then you can start seeing really what we really are at the end. So that is it for now. And again, if anybody has any comments or questions, go ahead, and if you like this video, hit the like button. I'll be continuing. I'm not sure which direction I will be going, but for now, I'm gonna still stay on basic stuff, in a sense. Before I'm gonna be sharing some of the stuff that I really want to share. Even though this has been very good for me to express, I still want to talk about some deeper stuff that I've come up with myself, and I'm hoping again that some people will be able to expand on this, or maybe they'll be able to say, oh, you're close, but I believe it's more something, they'll come up with their own concepts on this. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.